Breaking news out of Oregon, everyone. MaryBeth Made It has a wallet that absolutely requires no pattern. Seriously, no pattern. Can you believe it? And it is so cute. Laser cut kit, and it is called the Amber Angular Wallet. Everything is pre-cut, pre-measured, no lining needed in this pocket. You have 2 compartments for cash or your checkbook. You have several spaces for your credit cards, and you even have a space for your driver's license. And what's even better is everything is pre-marked and pre-cut. These lines are all pre-cut for you. And this little square back here for your zipper is pre-cut for you. And the holes that this go in is pre-cut for you. And the placement of these pockets are already drawn out. This is like a foolproof sewing project. And there is hardly any sewing required. So go over there and get this laser kit and we can sew it together, because there's no instructions to this. So to see how to sew it, you must watch. The pieces that you will get in your kit when she sends it to you, you will get this piece here that has the zipper. It's the back piece of the wallet. It goes like this, and it has pre-cut holes for your magnetic snaps. You'll get this interior piece, which coordinates with the other piece, or you can get all plain. Then you will get this piece here. I already put in the ID thing. That does not come with it that I know of. I think you need to get your own clear plastic, and I punched the hole in it. It's not very straight, but, and these lines are already pre-cut. Then you get this other piece that is a pocket piece that these go on. And I also cut my own piece of canvas for the back of the ID thing. It'll go in here like this. And then you'll get these 3 pieces here that go on this piece. They're types of pockets for, I would say, coupons or any kind of receipts or something like that. I don't think I would put my credit cards in there, but I guess you could. Or you could put cash in there, and they fit on here. So you will need to get some, I use the weed guard strips, or weed guard, and I cut it into strips myself. I get a big roll at Walmart for like $13, and it has last forever. I bought it about 2 years ago, and I still have half a roll left. So I make quite a few wallets for vendor shows. So you need to buy that on your own. And then you need to buy a zipper. You can get a number 5 or a number 3. I'm using a number 3 zipper with a zipper pull, a number 3 or a number 5 zipper pull. Or you can get the zipper tape that you find like at Joann's. It's already measured, but you want to get it a 9-inch zipper. And if you're going to use the zipper that you get at Joann's or something, you'll want to cut that one end off. So I already put my tape on this, and I already pre-taped these two, but we will go over the directions on how to do that. So then, oh, you will also get a little thing for an edge, like putting a D-ring on there. The other tools you will need is disappearing ink or some kind of marker that doesn't come off, or that does come off your material. You'll need 1/8 of an inch double-sided tape. To punch my hole in the plastic, I bought these on Amazon. They are dies, and you just set it on there where you need to set it with the little the sharp end down, and then you just pound it with a hammer and it pounds that out. So I used this. If you get that, I used this size. I don't really know what size it is, but that's what it looks like. And you also need scissors, of course, tape measure, and you will need magnetic snap. And I purchased these magnetic snaps from MaryBeth. Make sure you have a male side and a female side. Where's that at? Let's see, just get one that's already stuck together like this. That's the male and the female. And then I need a cap for that end and a cap for the other end. Okay. So these come in sets of 5. And I just bought 2 sets. I bought gunmetal and I bought matte black. So I didn't have a matte black number 3 zipper. So I'm using an antique zipper, and I'm using gunmetal for my my magnetic snap. So that is everything that you should need. Let's see. Oh, I have a die machine or a press machine, and I also bought the dies for the magnetic snap from MaryBeth. So it's very helpful if you have this. It's a lot easier to put those in, but if you don't, you will want to get, you'll probably get something like this when you buy your dies, like off of Amazon or something. It's something to push the hole in. Oh, I need that, don't I? No, she's already got the holes put in there. You'll get something to pound the holes in, and then you'll get these things to pound the snaps on. So I've never used that because I've always had my press. I'm using a goldish brown thread. I think that's going to be pretty on here, and it'll complement this and the sunflowers. And that is it. And we will get started in constructing this wall. Okay, so the first thing you're going to do is you're going to grab this outer piece that has a little hole cut for the zipper. You're going to take your zipper, lay it on your workstation, and you're going to want to center that and put it down on there as easily as you can with the zipper as straight as you can get it. And you're going to want your zipper pull on your left-hand side because you're going to pull it this way. That's what I prefer. If you want your zipper on this side, then go for it. We are going to stitch around here at 1/8 of an inch. We're not going to back stitch because we're going to pull our threads through and tie them off on the back and then burn the edge of the thread. So let's go over to the sewing machine and we will do that. So you're going to want to set this down on your machine. Get your thread spool back. And I said 1/8 of an inch seam allowance. And you want to pull your zipper back a little bit so when you start, I got my stitch set on 5. My machine on? No, it's not. And I am going to sew around here. I'm going to try and start on that corner. close as I can. And yes, you will be sewing over your tape, but once you get this done, I'm going to stop here and pull my zipper up. Once you get this zipper done, you'll want to take a little bit of like a piece of gauze and some rubbing alcohol and rub the sticky tape off of your needle. Otherwise, you'll have problems down the road. Okay, so you want to make sure your needle's down, pivot to make your curve. Make sure your needle's down and pivot. Oops. I'm going to pull that back. Needle down, pivot. Oh, I got oil on there. I oiled my machine yesterday. And I'm going to want to stop right there. Up. Pull it out. Make sure your threads are long enough because we're going to tie this off. And the way you tie it off is you take this string and you see that little, I don't know if you can see it, that little loop that's sticking up. You want to put something in there and just gently tug on that to bring it out. Then you find the string that it goes to and you just tie a couple of knots. One, two, I'm going to tie 3. Okay, clip that off. Then you take this next string here and you just gently tug on it. Sometimes you have to roll it around. There's a little tiny loop coming out of there. And you just tug on it gently to pull it up. And then you tie those together. This is a lot cleaner way of tying off your ends. Is a lot cleaner way of ending your stitch instead of back stitching. Back stitching on some things can look kind of bulky, makes the thread look kind of bulky, and this is just a cleaner, nicer way. And then you take your lighter. Oops, I'm not gonna do that. Take your lighter and burn your ends off. Just kind of melt them down. And it keeps it from coming undone, is what it does. I think I need a new lighter. Just don't set your stuff on fire. And then that is your zipper. So I want to set this aside. and you want to grab your one pocket piece that doesn't have the thing for the ID thing on it. So what MaryBeth does is she puts the lines on here for you, but if by chance your lines aren't on there, you can just measure up a half an inch, draw the line, and the line should be about 4 3/4 long. Or you can draw it all the way because it's gonna be covered. And then the next line is gonna be a full inch up from the bottom. So first line is half an inch up from the bottom. Second line is a full inch up from the bottom. You want to take one of these smaller pieces here that look like this, look like that. I put tape on here just to help, but I'm also going to put clips on. I think I'll put tape on the bottom too. So this one is, what the heck, is going to go on that top line. End to end. Oh, that fits perfect. And then we're going to sew right around here at 1/8 of an inch. So we're going to sew right along here at 1/8 of an inch seam allowance. And no back stitching. We're going to tie off on the back. Looks like that. Then you take your next one that looks the same, put your tape on it, and you're going to lay this one on that second line. And we're gonna top stitch across. So now we're gonna take this last piece. It's shaped a little bit different, and it's gonna be laid on the bottom. But we are not going to top stitch the bottom. It says to clip it. I'm using double-sided tape again. I think it's more, I may clip it too, just for extra stability or whatever you want to call it. Extra stickiness, or make sure it doesn't move. Oh, I am just having a hard time with this double-sided tape today. Okay, so you want to line it up to the very bottom. Make sure those angles on the bottom are correct. Make it even. Stick the sides down. Oh yeah. And now we are going to sew right down the center. So I am going to make a line with my chalk because I need that. There. And I'm going to turn that down to 4.5. Do not backstitch. We're going to tie off again. I am just a minute. Oh, I guess you can't put. I take that back, because once this has this down here, you're not going to be able to use that for coupons unless you fold them in half. I guess it would be for more card spots, but I don't know if I'd want my cards in there. It's... I'm going to start just a hair above, just to give it some stability. Should look like that. And I love that gold thread. That is just gonna, that's just the right amount of color to make that stand out.